This is a demonstration of using Ollama on your desktop to run open source large language models if you don't want to use the commercial models. And some of these models actually can also run in disconnected mode. Once you have the full model downloaded to your desktop, you don't even need to connect to the internet. And the other models, you still need to maintain a continuous connection to the internet. So if you don't want to use ChatGPT or Gemini with subscription models, you can play around with the open source models. The idea with open models is also then if you are a developer, you can fine tune the models to meet the requirements of your organization. So you can uh, adjust it, adjust the parameters, adjust the outputs to meet your requirements. But here I'm just going to just demonstrate the model itself. So if I go to ollama.com and then I start the download, okay. So I'm going to download for Windows because I'm running on Windows. And to run Ollama, what you need just show this Ollama setup later. To run Ollama, you need good sorry. To run a large language model, you need good CPU. So about 12 cores here. You need good amount of RAM, but you definitely need a lot of GPU power. Okay, so I have a AMD Radeon. This is just a consumer PC. So, but it's still got 16 GB GPU memory. So it's moderate. It's not really for high performance tasks. So I may be able to do something with Ollama and the open models with this configuration CPU, 32 gig memory, and my GPU. Okay. So once I download the installer, I'm not going to download the whole thing. I'm just going to open the installer from here. I already have it downloaded. Okay. So after I have downloaded, I run the installer. So I start off Ollama. Do not confuse Ollama with Llama. Llama is the open model that was released by Meta, that is the parent company of Facebook. That model is called Llama. Ollama is the desktop software you use. So if, for example, if you go to the Ollama website, you can see there's a lot of models which are available. Gamma 4 is what I want to demonstrate, but the Gamma 4 is a large model which can take time to download and run. And there are many other models you can also search for example, you want to search for vision models, you want to search for embedding when you want to create embeddings. Okay, you want to search just for thinking models, you can search for those models. Okay, you can filter by popular, you can filter by newest. You want to you can run the model locally on your desktop, or you can run the model off the cloud also, so off the Ollama website using the Ollama interface on your desktop. Okay, so let me see if the installation is completed. So it's still running, installation is still running, so it's taking up some CPU. I have GPU memory right now. I'm not going using the GPU for the installation, but I'm just demonstrating the installation here. So once it's installed, like I showed you, it's about 1.9 gigabytes. Okay, and it gives you the default interface, just the same sort of interface you would see when you use ChatGPT or Gemini on the web. Okay, uh, so this is a very straightforward interface. Of course, I don't have any models installed yet on my computer, so I'm just going to select the model that I want. Okay, let me go into the command line here. Let me just show you my Ollama interface. I can go from the command line, or I can do it from here. So for example, if I want to run, let's just do quickly, I want to run from a model on the cloud. Okay, so let me just say GPT OSS 20B, that is 20 billion parameters. I want to select from the cloud. So this is the model I'm using. Uh, don't need to go into these details, but this is the how you're going to use the model. So when was the declaration, the US Declaration of Independence signed? Let me just put signed here. So I'm using GPT OSS 20 billion parameter off the cloud, not locally. So my question will actually go to the cloud and it'll come back. So this was the thinking. So the model also shows me the thinking. and it shows me all these parameters, what was the thinking it did, and this is the response it gave me. So I'm using this one. I could select other models. Now I could also choose to download a model from here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you from the command line. Okay, so I don't have any model downloaded, so let me just say sorry, Ollama minus h, and I'm going to pull gamma 4. Okay, latest model. Okay, so if you go to the website, you will see all the models like gamma 4. Okay, sorry, gamma 4 is this model. So I'm going to pull the gamma 4 latest. Sorry, oh, I forgot to say the pull command. Pull gamma 4 latest. Okay, so we're going to pull it down. It's about 9 gigabytes, but I have a faster network here, so push it should not take much time. Let me show you from the task manager. Okay, by Wi-Fi speed is good enough here. So 5 minutes. Let me see if we can pause in between and then resume later. Sorry. uh, Sorry, 1.4 downloaded, so it's fine. You can when you're viewing this video, you can just do a fast forward through it later. Sorry. So this is still being downloaded. And the 4.5 minutes. I'll wait for the download to complete, and then I can list all the models. But in the meantime, if I want, I can run Gamma. I can run Ollama off the cloud. So for example, let me just say I want to select some other model from the cloud. Let me say, let me just say Kimi, Quen, and all those are for others. Let me just say I want to run Gamma 4 from the cloud. I can open a new chat here, and I say Gamma 4 from the cloud, and how many states does USA comprise of? Okay. So here I'm using Gemma 4 31B parameters of the cloud. So it give me an answer, and it also gives me the thinking process that it went through. So you can always look at the thinking process. That is the idea. Some of the models are really good. They give you the thinking process. Let me launch a new chat. Why is Python popular? So okay, going through the thinking and explain why it is. So this is the thinking it is doing. It doesn't come back with a response yet. I don't know. It doesn't come back with a response here. Let me just try a new chat. What is Python? Maybe didn't understand the context of Python here, but now okay. What is Python? It goes through all the thinking process, and it says it's going to give me a simple definition. Python is a popular programming language. These are the characteristics. So this is all the thinking process, and then after the thinking of 13.8 seconds, it gives me an output. So this is how I can use Ollama with any of these models which are running off the cloud. But I would, if I want, I could actually download a very small model and run it locally also. For example, if I want to look for Gemini, not Gemini, of course. Gemini is not downloadable here. Um, Not GLM. Let me see if I can. Quen, I don't want to use. I could use Minimax. If I look at the model, it'll also show me. when it was last updated and how I can download and run it also. Okay, let me just go back to other models, and let's just say Gemini 3 Flash Preview. This is a good one. Okay, so I could this is a very small model. Let me run it from here. Ollama. Let me just say Gemini 3 Flash Preview. Can I access it from here? No, it doesn't allow me to access it from here because I need to download and install it. Let me wait for my current download to complete. Just another 1.5 minutes. But yeah, so this is the idea. You can select any of these available models uh, and run your queries against those models, your chat. Let me try this one again, and uh, let me run it against maybe GPT OSS. Okay, so I'm running this one, and okay, so I got an answer from GPT OSS. So here if I click on this, I got this query was answered by, I mean, this prompt was answered by Gamma 431B. This was by GPT OSS. So you can also see which model you used in which mode to run the prompt that you have in the past. So here is a very good. This really gives me a lot of details, and you can look at all the thinking process behind it also. Now I'm going to use Gamma 4 latest and show you how it works. And in the meantime, obviously you want to, if you're running a model locally, you will want to monitor your CPU, memory and GPU when you're running it. Okay, it's almost completed. So once you have a model downloaded, you can also list all the models that you have downloaded. Okay, so these are just all the manifest files, and then it's verifying the SHA to see that it's not corrupted. I can run just say Ollama list. Okay, so this is the one model that I have downloaded here. Let me just restart Ollama again. Okay, now it shows Gamma 4 is downloaded. These are available for download, which I could download using the command line like Ollama pull, the name of the model. So these are available for download, and these models with the cloud are to run only on the cloud. They're not to be downloaded. And the one that I already have downloaded is Gamma 4. So now I'm going to use Gamma 4 in my new chat. So I just start a new chat and say Gamma 4. Okay. Remember, Gamma 4 is quite a large model, 9.6 gigabytes in size. So write for me a Python function to identify if a number is a prime. Include comments in the function code. Okay. So this is my prompt to Gamma 4 that I am running locally. So you can see it's running locally and it's not running from the cloud. Okay. So this is my prompt, and once I start it off, it will show me the thinking here, and I want to monitor. I will suddenly see a spike. Okay. Okay, in this case it was quite fast, but you can see everything here. All the code it is showing me. Wait for everything to be generated. But you can see CPU usage has now spiked while Gamma 4 is running locally. CPU usage has spiked, memory usage has spiked because now it's overflowing out of the GPU also. It's using a dedicated GPU, but it's also using my memory locally, and it's using CPU. Okay, and it's still running. It's still the response to the prompt is still running. My prompt was write for me a Python function to identify if a number is a prime, include comments in the function code. So this is all that it is doing, and you can see now here it's giving me the code and it's showing me the comments, it's giving me the methods, it's telling me about the complexity analysis, the optimization that is used for the function to verify if a number is prime. So while this Gamma 4 is running, it's actually using a lot of CPU and memory on my desktop. Okay, so that is done, and you can see now CPU usage is dropping. Okay, so CPU usage is dropped, memory of course because it's still memory resident right now. And now I can use this copy button, copy, and maybe I can put it into notepad if I want. And here I have everything in notepad now. Okay, so this is my Python function. This is the code of the function from here to here, and then these are the test cases it provides that I can use to test the function also, and it gives me a lot of notes of how it builds functions. I could also maybe write another prompt, maybe just a new chat, explain how a Python function determines if a number is a prime. Now you can see that my CPU usage is dropped. Let me run another prompt here, again Gamma 4 locally, and you can here now you can see the thinking process also. So okay, thinking about my prompt, I am asking to know how Python function determines the number is a prime. It says what is the concept of a prime, it says what would be the algorithm, so it does all that here, and what are the optimizations it can use. So again, I'm not doing any calculations, I'm just asking it to give me a response, and yet it takes up a CPU and memory on my desktop. So you really need a lot of CPU, you need a lot of memory, and you need a good enough GPU, because it's going to use, like here it's using GPU also. Still going through the thinking process. Okay, now it's uh, now it's going through the code also. But essentially this is how you're going to use any model. I can stop it anytime. Stop here. Let me just do a new chat and then maybe use one of the smaller models. I could download any of the smaller models and use them also. For example, Gemini 3 Flash Preview. Okay, let me take that one. Go into my command prompt. Sorry. Ollama pull Gemini 3 Flash Preview. So this is a very small model. It's only 367 bytes, which is extremely small. I don't know how it would work, but let's just restart Ollama locally, and let me see if I can use Gemini 3 Flash Preview. Go into new chat, verify that I'm running here. Okay, so I ask it what is a prime number, and then goes through the thinking and gives me. So this is the answer of what is a prime number. So this is very fast. This is a very small model. It's very fast. It didn't take up much CPU and all that, and there is some thinking it showed me also. So if I have multiple models downloaded, I can show you Llama list. So these are the models I have downloaded. If I could also remove a model later, I don't want to use it. For example, I'll just show you the help command. I can say O Llama, and then I can say RM to remove a model. Okay, I can copy a model, and then later on I can use my own tools to customize the model to meet my requirements also. So this is a quick overview of using Ollama and all the models that you have. You can also go into the docs for examples. You can look at pricing. So right now I'm using the free Ollama, but I could even subscribe to Ollama, and then I can run cloud models via Ollama API as well. Okay, so remember, when you run Ollama, you can also run Ollama on the command line if you want. For example, Ollama list, Ollama run GMA9 3 flash preview latest. So now it is running on the command line. How many states are in USA? So I'm running it from the command line, I'm getting a response. So you can also run from the command line, or you can run it from here, from the graphical interface. Okay, And if I want to quit from the command line, for example, I just say help and it will tell me I can say buy to quit, okay, or I can show some information. Remember, I started Gemini 3, so I can say show and it gives me show info. Sorry, what happened here? So this is the model, and if I want to run it remote, this is the URL. Okay, I can do show parameters for the model that I'm running, but there's no additional parameters defined. Or I can just say buy from the model. So there's two ways you can run. You can run interactively on command line with Ollama Run, which is a model that you have downloaded, or Ollama Run and a model that is on the cloud. So these are all the cloud models. Or the other way is you can download the model and run it from the GUI, or you can just select a cloud model and run it like I showed you. For example, I ran a cloud model. Okay, so this is a quick overview of the Ollama command and how do you download different models. Just say, for example, here I have that these are the two models that I have downloaded. Thank you.